if you want to have your transformation not just survive the onslaught of the everyday negativity and deadness of everyday life, and to nourish others and make a difference in the world so that where you are, then if you would like that for your life, then what there is to do is to share your transformation, to share your insights, to share your growth and development. If you want to become more than you ever dreamed that you could be as a human being, then what there is to do is to be someone who is a source of transformation for others. That's why we established Embrace Growth, for people to experience who they really are through seminars and workshops and private sessions. We have continued to generate products, services you could have access to, resources that would give you the ability to transform your own life. I can't transform your life. Nobody can transform your life but you. In fact, transformation is always instantly available, and people spend lifetimes trying to find what was always already there. The purpose of Embrace Growth, and even the title Embrace Growth, is about embrace the challenges that you have in your life, because they're just challenges. You know, you call them issues, or you call them addictions, or you call them disorders. That's a favorite word for the pharmacists, people who like to sell pharmaceuticals to people who are convinced that they are helpless victims in life, like to call whatever's going on with you a disorder. Once they can label it a disorder, now we have a thing outside yourself that you're not responsible for, in fact you're a victim of, that we can now treat with medication at a large profit. We can treat these things because they're disorders. So you go around wearing this badge of disorder, like, see, I'm malfunctioned, I am a broken person, and here's my little broken person badge, and so could I please have some pharmaceuticals to treat that malfunction. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to tell you don't take your meds. I'm trying to tell you that there are other paths, and that maybe what you're calling a disorder is a self-imposed limitation, or a limitation that you have accepted that was imposed upon you by others, and that instead of treating that like a disorder, instead of searching for an answer outside yourself, instead of blaming others or the situation or the government or the circumstances of your life for pain that you're experiencing, we're suggesting that you actually move into that pain, that you actually embrace those things that you fear the most, and that you live your life like a warrior. You live your life like somebody who has the courage and the fortitude and the backbone and the intelligence to face those things which have been limiting you, to challenge them, and to actually do the hard work, because it's not easy. I'm not ever going to tell you that transformation is easy. I'm going to tell you it's instant. I'm going to tell you it's always available, and it's been there all along. If it was easy, we wouldn't call it a workshop. We'd call it a play shop. We'd call it a retreat. Retreats are easy, right? Because you are retreating from life. We move forward into life, and it's work. So we call it a workshop. And so that's why we've developed these workshops, so that you could do the hard work in a very short span of time, actually. It may seem like when you're in the middle of the last day of a 3-day workshop in which you've intensely looked at your life for a protracted period of time. It may seem like that's a long time. Actually, when you look back on it, it was a small bump in the road compared to the 20 or 30 or 40-year arc of personal development that you may never have had. Many people go to their grave with the issues that they've been carrying since childhood. And before they're done, before they leave, they impose those issues on everybody else. They make everybody around them pay. They make everybody around them suffer the consequences of their limitations that they accepted as being limitations for their entire life. I'm pointing at, hey, wait a minute. How about if you had the courage and the insight and the fortitude to actually face those things in an environment that we promise you? I think if anything, Embrace Growth offers a safe environment, as safe as you're ever going to find, environment for you to explore, uncover, look deeply, experience deeply, and hey, we're pretty good at it. We've been doing it for a while, and we have had a very large level of success versus failure when it comes to, it's predictable and almost certain that when somebody goes into one of our workshops that they're going to come out the other side renewed, rejuvenated, and redesigned human being with the ability to face challenges. And some of the challenges that you've been carrying around all your life, you leave them in the workshop forever and they just never come back. And I can say that with absolute confidence because I've seen it thousands and thousands of times now with thousands of individuals who have many times reluctantly gone into the workshops and come out the other side totally a different person, an improved person, not just different. Well over 90% of all of the people that ever come to an Embrace Growth workshop or private session or event, when we ask them, what brought you here? How did you know about it? It has come from our previous clients. I can tell you with confidence that over 90% of them say friends, families, my best friend or somebody in my family told me about it and was so enthusiastic that they insisted that I come and do this. I think that's a pretty good track record. How I know that it's working is that everybody tells their friends and families to go do it.